maybe. So wake her up. About 3 nights ago, Leon Edwards became welterweight UFC champion. He was behind on points, but he just used one perfect technique. He read what his opponent was doing, Kamaru Usman, one of the best welterweights of all time in UFC. He read his movement as he was throwing his power hand. He read how Kamaru was reacting to it, and he anticipated. So he faked that, and then he went with a high kick on the same side, caught Kamaru right on the jaw and put him down. So we're going to practice that ourselves a little bit. We're going to pretend like we're Leon Edwards. We're going to program our opponent to look for our power hand, and then we're going to fake our power hand, and we're going to go up top with that kick. So here's the first thing. What I often tell my students as we're working on basic techniques and then we're working on fakes. If your opponent doesn't respond to your basic attacks, you keep throwing them until they do. Because things like your jab, snapping your jab out and following with that power hand, straight punches, boom, boom, pumping them down the middle. If your opponent never reacts to those, then there's no need to throw anything else. If they're not reacting to your jab and your cross, and these are hitting them in the nose, guess what? You can keep throwing those and hitting them in the nose, and you're going to be building up points and building up damage. And eventually, you're going to win that fight. If they're not reacting to your jab and your cross and figuring out a way not to get hit with them, you keep working those techniques. Keep working your basic techniques until they react. So in this case, working, showing them feigning that power side and then going up top, we're assuming that this opponent, this imaginary opponent, has started reacting to our power hand and trying not to get hit with it. So what we're going to do is pop that jab and cross to get them looking for that pop, boom, of that two, okay, that cross with the power hand. Then as my shoulder comes forward, boom, and my hand starts to come out, instead of launching it forward, I'm going to swing it out, boom, and instead of going to the ribs, I'm going to try to go up top. If you guys' flexibility is a little bit, you're still working on it or whatever, try to bring it up to the shoulder, okay? That's a good place to be. If you normally go up to the ribs here, try to raise it up 3 or 4 inches. Try to get that kick up to the shoulder. If you can get it up to the top of the shoulder, then it's going to slide right over and go right up into the neck, okay? So we're going to hit our jab, boom, and then just like this beginning of this looks just like our cross, we're going to swing it out, boom, and we're going to raise. Remember, our knee steers our high kick. We're going to turn it out over up top, okay? So the goal for this, as we're working on it, we want the beginning of our high kick to look just like the beginning of our cross. So I hit my jab and my cross, 2. And then I hit jab, boom, okay? We want this, boom. 1, 2. 1, 2. So we want the beginning of the throwing the high kick to look just the same as this does. Boom, boom. Okay, so that when our opponent sees this and they try to dodge it that way, parry and get outside of it like Kamaru did, as they dip that way, boom, we go on top with that kick, okay? 1 and 2, boom, boom, make it react to it, then 1 and 2, and back. 1 and 2, 1 and 2, and back. Now I'm going to make it just a bit longer, okay? This is a little bit trickier to do because you got to stay on your rhythm. Okay, because that opening is going to fall along the rhythm that you set for yourself. So I'm going to go jab, cross, hook, cross. That's my punches. 1, 2, 3, 2. Then when I come back, 1, 2, 3, 2. In the place of that second cross, I'm going up top instead. If all 3 of these, boom, he gets hit with that cross, then when I come back with the hook and it looks like another cross coming, he's reacting to this. He's trying to go that way. Boom, get him up top. Okay? So I go jab, cross, hook, cross. Remember, if they're not reacting to that and they're getting hit with those crosses, keep hitting them with those crosses. But if they're starting to react and they're trying to get away that way, right? This opponent is trying to parry and dodge out this way. As he is, 1, 2, 3, looks like a cross, looks like another cross. 1, 2, 3, up top with that kick. 1, 2, 3, from that same stance, shoulder looks like it's starting to come forward into another cross. Boom, come up and go up top. 1, 2, 3, up top. All right, so the first thing we got to do, if we're going to fake our opponent, the first thing we got to do is program him. So you hit him with that, or you at least throw it hard. Make him deal with it. Then, the read that Leon Edwards made as he saw Kamaru going that way, he saw him parrying and trying to move his head that way. So his hand was off his cheek. If he had slipped this way, but kept his hand up like this, his glove would have been in the way, he wouldn't have got knocked out. But because he was both parrying and moving this way and dipping out of the way, slipping this way, his jaw was open. So when he started to throw this, just showed him the beginning of that, and he saw him dipping that way. Boom, went up top with the foot and the chin, okay? So, that's what you're gonna do to your opponent. Show him that, and then hit him with that when he starts to move that way. Thank you very much, guys. Go Pro. I'll see you guys at the end of the week for the video workout.